We have question 37. We have a diagram that shows a circle with centre O and some information. We have to find the size of the shaded angle ACE. So I'm going to draw the angles on the shape, but on my notepad I will do the working. So we're going to start with this triangle, this one. And what I want you to notice is, if you look at this angle, I will use, nope. We will use green for that, and we will use blue for this. Look at the sides opposite those angles. It's this side and this one. We know that O is the centre of the circle and B and A lie on the circumference. So they two sides must be the radius of the circle, and if they're the radius, they must be the same length. Now, in a triangle, if two sides have the same length, then the angles opposite each side are the same. So this side and this side are the same, so this angle must be 35 degrees. I'll use a dark blue to write the size of angles. Okay, so we have that is 35 degrees. And that is BAO. Equals OBA. Equals 35 degrees. You now have two options. You can either find this angle as 110, in fact I think the best way to do this is get this angle as 110. There's a few ways to do this question. So this angle is going to be 180 degrees minus the other two angles. Hence that is 110. This angle this angle is the next one, and you see that BOC is a straight line. How do we know that? Because CB is a diameter to the circle. So angles on a straight line add up to 180. And we know this angle BOA is 110. So this angle is going to be 70. And that is AOC. So angle AOC is 180 minus angle BOA. You now have two options. You can either do what we did with the first triangle and adapt it to this one, which will be in red in a second. So we have this triangle A, O and C. Now we can notice that this angle and this angle are opposite two radiuses. So the two sides opposite those are the same length. So the two angles must be the same. And angles in a triangle add up to 180. So 180 minus 70 is 110. But that has to be divided up equally. So you would get 55. Alternatively, you could do this if you notice that this full triangle, the green one and the red one combined, C to B to A, and you notice that side BC is the diameter of the circle, and you notice that A, B and C all lie on the circumference. Now if you, I will sketch this to show you. If you have a situation such that all of the points lie on the circumference of the corners, rather, of the triangle, and you've got one of the sides as a diameter, then this angle is 90. But this angle is also 90. And so is this one. So all of those angles are 90 degrees. So you can see that OAC, this one, has to be 55. So you've got two ways of establishing that. So it's OAC. For angles, for the naming convention, the letter in the middle is going to be the corner that the angle is. So this is angle is at the corner A. So A has to be the letter in the middle. I should have made that clear. So AOC, for example, O is in the middle. So it's A along O, C, and it's this one in pink. So OAC is 90 degrees minus BAO. Yeah, BAO. And we got 55 degrees. So by this logic, OCA must also be 55 degrees. So this is 55. Go OCA. But then we have that FD is a tangent, meaning that this angle must be 90. So the angle OCD, O is the centre, C is the point at which FD is a tangent, so the angle OCD is 90 degrees. And so what that then means is, do this in orange this time, that this angle must be 90 take away 55. And we get that the angle ACD, so ACD is 35. .90 degrees take away OCA. We're almost done. We've got one more thing to look at. AC and AD have the exact same length. So you know that the triangle ACD, I will mark this one in a light blue. I know there's a lot of colour. It does make it easier to conceptualise. This is an isosceles triangle, and you're also told E is the midpoint. So essentially, these two triangles have the exact same lengths. If you split these into two triangles, they have the exact same dimensions because they both have CE, and AE and ED are equal. So this means that the shaded angle ACE and this angle must be equal. So you just divide by 2 to then get the angle ACE. So ACE is 35 divided by 2, and that is 17.5 degrees. I would say this one is at the more difficult end of level C. So I hope you found this useful, and best of luck with the studying. Thank you for watching.